prophecy, it was because of the Igbo of Africa. And I dare say, I hear the Igbos say that they came from Israel. No, it is the Israelites that moved away from Igbo land into Israel. The gift of prophecy, it was because of the Igbo of Africa. Gift of prophecy, it was because of the Igbo of Africa. And I dare say, I hear the Igbos say that they came from Israel. No, it is the Israelites that moved away from Igbo land into Israel.
Yes, Biafrans, if you are here, please, if you are here, today is the Sunday. Sunday. Today is the Sunday. And all these lies they peddled against our people mentally, psychologically, physically, and otherwise. Time has come to be debunking them. Our people used to say, onye na-anọrọ ebe a nọli ozu, esi aja eboba, oje bido n'ụkwụ, were na-abọ. Lolo Noma, thank you for joining. Thank you. Today is an interactive program. Today is very interactive program because there are some truth that is being hidden to us. Fortunately, our Igbo people had that adage that says, "No onye njenje ka onye isi awụ amamihe." That's why you see this Ohaneze Ndi Igbo. Yes, just joining. Emeka, we are just also starting. This is just 2 minutes. Our adage says, "Onye njenje ka onye isi awụ amamihe." And that's why we begin to question these Ohaneze Ndi Igbo people. Those people that went to school to study British English, those people that mandated their own people and said in the school that vernacular speaking is prohibited in the class. That means speaking your own mother's language, your own mother's tongue, is a taboo in the school. If you speak Igbo, they will beat you and they flog your ass. Bright Chimezie also sang in his own song. He said that when he went to school, he spoke Igbo. They beat him. And he managed to put those things in the music. People didn't take it serious. Then, if you are trying to understand the manipulations of these colonial masters and their cohorts, now we have come to bring it to a timeline. Join us, please.
Yeah, the Igbos say that they worship like the Jews. No, it is the Jews that worship like the Igbo. And I say this not only and not to romanticize our culture and our tradition, but to remind us that for a long time we have judged ourselves too harshly, that the time has now come that we must recognize ourselves for who we are. You know, I told you that our civilization was interrupted, but even when it was interrupted, we were always alive to the fact that we must regain our self-esteem. And indeed, we regained our self-esteem. And today, as I speak to you, Africa has 55.
Yes, as we are here, we are welcoming all our people that is here now. Today, I would like also to be going inside the comment section, bringing out things. So, Lolo Noma, we thank you for joining. Emeka Mweke, thank you for joining. Then Freedom David, thank you for joining. Lolo Ego Yibo, Lolo Ego Yibo, thank you. Greetings from here. Lolo Ego Yibo, Lolo Noma. Wow, you didn't call me Lolo Ego Yibo. Lolo Ego Yibo, is it different to Lolo Noma? I don't know. Then Obi Marius, thank you for joining. Obi Marius, thank you. Watching from Biafraland, the land of the rising sun, the truth that is being hidden from the land of the rising sun. That is exactly what we are bringing back. Remember, we stand on the truth, and remember our adage says, onye njenje ka onye isi awụ amamihe. If you didn't travel, if you have not traveled, you cannot be able to stand strong. And remember, many of our people traveled all over the world. They keep on wandering inside ignorance. Yeah, believing that white people knows better than them. A lot of white people doesn't even know the differences between continent and the country. And here, today, our message, you see this message from our brother Emeto Chai. We are bringing it back. And thank you, lovers of freedom. Every other person, when I requested for this video then come out, and even the full one of it just come out. This is the message we have come to deliver, and we will be here until 6 o'clock before we will join PM in France. So if you are here, please make sure you share. We are here. Obi Marius, well done. Then Onyeze Fidelis Ndewo Nwa Chineke, thank you for joining. Then Azabis Udoka, more grace to your elbow as well, thank you. Freedom David Osita Ike 24, thank you. Lolo Noma, yes, Lolo Noma is different from Lolo Ego Yibo. Okay, thank you so much, because the profile pictures are different. Lolo Noma, thank you. Lolo Ego Yibo, thank you. And Tetanica Mwokike, thank you. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, the culture of the Britain, the culture of the Roman Empire. Sunday, you understand? But we are the children of God, and here we have come to keep our brain busy once again. Here we come again as we started. Please.
Prophecy, it was because of the evil, the gift of prophecy, it was because of the evil, the gift of prophecy, it was because of the evil.
The gift of prophecy, Igbo people are the people who is handling the gift of prophecy all over the universe. Igbo people. And all the things they write in the Bible, before you see us coming out with the 555 vision, and you see that we have this platform 555 vision, and we told you that the treasure is hidden in an open place. We also, some of our mottos, we also said that the sea has a new challenge every now and then, because a picture speaks more than 1,000 languages at one time. Now, Iko to onye adezu, nobody can do this thing only by himself. When we went for purification to understand how to support Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, personally, I went on purification 9 months. I returned and see my family. I went back again for extra 4 months to complete it 1 year. And we've been entering inside hidden libraries where you are not allowed to come out with books. You are only allowed to enter inside the library and you read. And what our eyes saw, as na agwọ otu onye fụrụ na aghọ eke, it is above human imagination. It is unexplicable. Then we went inside some museum, ancient museums. We found out some of our ancient crafts, that thing they used to call ihu arụsị. We found the ones that came from Arondizwog. We found the ones that came from Imo State. We found the one that came from Abia State. We found the one that came from Arochukwu. We found the one that came from different places. And some of it that came from Imo State, I personally I told them, but this one came from Arondizwog. They write it there. The time they brought it there, and that museum was in Salzburg, Austria. That is where I went to see that museum. I said, this mask came from my own side. How come? And what is the work of this mask? And they said the work of this mask is the mask gave them the experience on how to build electricity. This mask was found in Salzburg, Austria. And when I went to Vienna, Austria, there I saw the bone of Tutankhamun, the former king of Egypt. And from there, we've been directed to go, and if you want to know more, that you will have to go and follow the history through pyramid. So, a lot of things happens that we can't explain. And what is the thing that provoke us doing what we are doing? Because the message of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu wake us up. And we've been asking, how do we help Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? Now, the treasure is hidden in an open place. When this word appeared in my mouth, I have date and time when this word appears. And from there, we came to understand that all the language we are speaking in this world is self-created language. Self-created language. And from there onward, if anybody want to, anyway, I will send the link later. Let me just vomit the things I have. Hamilton Luma, thank you for joining. Then, anybody that is here, I would like to also be bringing up your messages. Mwokike, we are here again. Yes. Then Kinsley Isaac, greetings. Thank you. Lord Lego Yibo. My sister, I hope to me, I hope to meet you one day. Lord Norma. Lord Norma is sending message to Lord Lego Yibo. Hope to meet you one day. And in Biafraland, it is very, very possible. You know, in this place, we are here grouping people that people we came to begin to understand themselves. Now, Chooks, Ihebinike, thank you. Then, Chooks, they must obey Biafra, that is for sure. Then, yes, then we continue, Hamilton. We continue to bring this gospel to mankind. Please come with your pen and the paper.
The gift of prophecy, it was because of the Igbo of Africa. And I dare say, I hear the Igbo say that they came from Israel. No, it is the Israelites that moved away from Igbo land. They came from Israel. No, they came from Israel. No, it is the Israelites that moved away from Igbo land into Israel. Say that the Igbo say that they came from Israel. No, it is the Israelites that moved away from Igbo land into Israel. The Igbo say that they came from Israel. No, it is the Israelites that moved away from Igbo land.
So, why is this message so special to me, particularly? When I went on purification, where you can find ancient libraries, I found an Israelite man there. And when we interacted, because of the same different kind of things that happened, he told me personally, that they are the ones that came from Igbo, not Igbo coming from Israel. And in every geography, in everything you can think of, Africa is the mother earth. Then Israel, when the world, the shape of this planet was one, Israel is found in Africa. And everything that happened, but these white men, they change our history and they shut us up. They use some fake pastors to block our mouths. They don't want us to talk. We went to pastors. We told pastors, please try to tell people truth. This Bible you are reading is the history of Igbo people, not the history of Israel. When was Israel formed? Israel was formed in 1948. Then how come we come from them? When is the time Israel begin to exist? And when is the time your own father was born? These are questions you should ask yourself. Then when you go to church, pastor will be preaching to you the Abraham this, Abraham that, New Testament and the Old Testament. Sit down and ask yourself a question on your own, especially those that have traveled. You don't spend your time watching Nigerian home movie. You don't spend your time only watching comedy, Nigerian comedy. Nigeria can make joke because their brain has been transformed to make joke. Or watching comedies, or watching Nigerian home movie. The people that's supposed to be learning from you. You spend your time, sometimes you take your children and you go to some museum, you go to history houses. You will see things that will change your memory to think. This is why we have 555 vision, because that's why we say if we stop this program now, it doesn't mean that what we can say has finished, but time did not permit us to go further. We don't believe in that saying that says ekwum onoham nono. No, we stop program because something and one another, some activities will take us out, because we are human, we have children, we have family, we have other things we have to do, not because and we don't also believe in that saying that says na egbe na-ebe akwa na ihe ji ya hapụ ya aka na ọ naghị eti mkpu na ihe ji ya hapụ ya aka n'ọkụ ụwa n'odia. No, we are shouting because the thing that is holding us, we will break it. So these two parable, no, we don't agree with it. So for this reason, this is my Luma. Luma is a man or a woman. Hamilton Luma is a man. Hamilton Luma, long time. Un saludo. There's a Colombia. The black people of Colombia. The black people of Colombia are Igbo people. Hamilton Luma can bear us witness. Black people of Colombia. How is Colombia being formed? It was formed by the power of Columbus from America. The one they say that he is the person that dictated America. Columbus. From Columbus they get Columbia. That is how you get that name, Columbia. He is a warrior wandering about. When he took some of the slave they took from Biafraland, he took them from America and he entered in that territory. Before olden days, that territory was empty. The place Hamilton Luma is domiciled today. You know the history of the Red Indians, the original people of America. They reserve their history today. You know the history of the Papua New Guinea. They reserve their history today. You know the history of the Viagoas. They reserve their history today because they know that they have lied a lot to mankind. And one of the things that intrigues us to be doing what we are doing, one of the strongest archaeology of this world from Britain says when Mazen Nandekano message was going on, when we were on the purification center, trying to understand the secret of this world, that man speaks 50 languages and he have traveled not less than 200 countries in this world. He is an astronomical archaeology. He says in front of me that the history of this world can never be correct until Africa is revisited. He speaks more than 50 languages. Then I ask myself a question. We ask different kind of question. Then we come to social media and begin to shout. They say we are miscreants. They say we are jobless. But whatever you choose as your own job is your own job. That is why we come here. They say we are miscreants. We keep on shouting until people like Simon Eba came and they joined the struggle. And we are noisemakers. We are miscreants. We agreed until people like academic minister working as a defense minister in Biafra, he came with more than 6 PhD holders all over the world. You understand? Then when at least the people I can mention their name inside government, you can check academic minister. He is in the highest rank, more than Ngozi Okonjo. But he don't want to betray Biafra. When they offered him the position which Ngozi Okonjo is handling today, he didn't accept it because you must betray your own people. You understand? He is having more than 6 PhD holders. We call the people that have PhD holder and they begin to join the struggle. That is what happened. And we are miscreants. We are here shouting and we are here making noise. I agree that we are making noise because whoever that is talking must talk. If you consider it making noise, it is up to you. If you consider it speaking sense, it is up to you. But what is the reality? The reality is this, that what you want to hear now is the reality. This is Lumumba. He is a professor. Let us come
to Israel. I hear the Igbos say that they came from Israel. No, it is the Israelites that moved away from Igbos into Israel. I hear the Igbos say that they worship like the Jews. No, it is the Jews that worship like the Igbos. Worship like the Jews. No, it is the Jews that worship like the Igbos. That they worship like the Jews. No, it is the Jews that worship like the Igbos. And I say this not only and not to romanticize our culture and our tradition, but to remind us that for a long time we have judged ourselves too harshly, that the time has now come, too harshly, that the time has now come, that we must recognize ourselves for who we are, harshly, that the time has now come, that we must recognize ourselves for who we are. The time has now come that we must recognize ourselves for who we are. You know, I told you that.
So, as you are joining, Mazen Namdekano, when he is here lecturing us, he say, if you are coming here, come with your pen and the paper. And now we have come to understand the reason he say, come with your pens and the paper. Edgar, thank you. Miedos, thank you. Callistus, Uhuaba, thank you. Uhuaba, thank you. Now, dear friends, time has come. Time has come for us to go to this place now. Time has come. Listen to it. Time has come for us to go.
Recognize ourselves for who we are. It has now come that we must recognize that the time has now come that we must recognize ourselves for who we are. You know, I told you that our civilization was interrupted, but even when it was interrupted, we were always alive to the fact that we must regain our self-esteem. And indeed, we regained our self-esteem. And today, as I speak to you, Africa has 55.
So Biafrans, if you are joining, you know how our program used to be. You know exactly how our program used to be. And Ihediora, Chukwudi, thank you, Ihediora. Lolo Ego Yibo, Israel today was the land of Canaan, given to Abraham descendants. Yes, Imeran, Diara, Ihe Chekwam Luna. I am very, very happy with this program. Thank you, Lolo Ego Yibo. Then we are reading everything. Children of God had their inheritance on the other side, Jordan, and not in Canaan. And the Biafra are his descendants. We are coming. We are coming. We are coming. Ngozi, thank you. Exodus. We are now into this Exodus. We go there.
Tell you something. Like my sister said, she said, I'm going to be brief. But anyway, I had to do everything I had to do for today last night. So I didn't sleep last night. I was still on till about 4 a.m. So I think I'll spend some time with you guys so that we can get this whole charade. We can get this whole charade put in its proper place. As I speak, I'm also going to speak a little from what you know as the Bible. But I'm going to be speaking the original words from the Bible, not the interpolated words which you have known or they taught you over the years. Now, before I go into the kingdom of Idu, I need to establish something to us. And what is that? I need to actually establish the fact that every single name, the name of a person, the name of a place that you know written in the Bible, sorry, I'm going to use a harsh word, they are all lies. None of them is true. None of the names you see in the Bible you read, none of the names you see in the books that they gave to you as spiritual book is true. They are all lies. The places where the events of the ancient times took place, the same people who hate you decided to do what we call interpolation. They did what we call using epithets and monikers to remove what is original and replace it with what is not true, so that they will confuse you in this generation. They will make you hate your own self, because before you start loving the man across the river, which originally was known as Oshimili Obaru, and they changed it to River Niger. The Oshimili Obaru, which they changed to River Niger, happens to be the dividing river between Ido and Anyem. The land from Onitsha to Congo is known as Anyem. Why the land from...
So, Biafrans, I hope people is here with their pens and the paper. You know, the worst thing one can do in this life is to deliver wrong information to your children. In as much as, no matter how how Christian you are, and you are Christian, even more Christian than Pope, you can never hate your own. Before we come to show our faces in this struggle, there are reasons in the Bible. And if we are going forward, because this person that reviewed this thing, what he reviewed is why we hook on it is because there are lots of truth in what he says. At least we found 85% truth in what he says, and that is why we hook on this program. That is why we hook on it, and we are making sure we deliver this message. You can never deliver wrong information to your own children. You can never be more Catholic than Pope. Because you are a Christian, you love Israel. Israel is not even talking about you. You understand? But what is the original history? In the Vatican City, they seized all the ancient book. Why did they seize it? Why did England departed from Catholic Church and they opened up what they called England Church? Down to Nigeria, they then call it Anglican. Anglican means England Church. And in England, they have it as England Church. In Nigeria, they call it Anglican. Then in Nigeria, they call it Roman Catholic. England departed because they found out that when this war was going on in Israel, when they were trying to destroy Israel, they couldn't destroy Israel because Israel inherited power from us. Then they found out that the original choosing children of God is found in Biafran land, which is the Igbo land. Why is it that today, what is happening in Nigeria, nobody wants to talk about it until you call on Chukwu Kikabiama to come and help you to fight his own war? That is why these people that is talking today, they are not just talking. It is the power of Chukwu Kikabiama that is touching their brain, provoking them. Remember what they write in the Bible, in the book of Jonah. They said they sent Jonah to go and deliver message to Nineveh. And Jonah refused. And a fish have to swallow Jonah. And they vomited Jonah in the same land where he rejected to go. We are not saying it's his lie. We are still investigating through the power of archaeologists. People, we have, our hands have touched the people of archaeology, the astronomers, the geographers, the people who know history. Our hands have touched them, the people who know the history better. And the meeting we are having for a very long time now is to be uniting all these people, the people who want to speak. Those that want to speak, showing their faces, and those that want to speak anonymously. And that is why you have to share the message. The message we are delivering here is bearing mighty fruit. If it is not bearing mighty fruit, we will not be here. We have other things we are doing. But we have chosen Biafran struggle as our own number one job. That's why we deprive ourselves some kind of pleasure. Then we continue. Mazo Kechukwu Ohe Biafra. Then Onyebuchi, thank you, Ohe Biafra. Okechukwu Michelle, good evening. Then Universal Queen, I greet you. I greet you, brothers and sisters. Christopher Hamilton Luma. Christopher Columbus was an Italian explorer who was sponsored by the Spanish monarch to explore South America and looted her to her the way they looted Africa. That is why when you come to Barcelona, you will see Columbus. They molded Columbus in Barcelona near the place called Ramblas. They molded him there where he was pointing his finger. He said, in this direction is where America is being located. And they gave Columbus the crown. that he is the one that located America for the very first time. Just like they said that the Mungo Park is the one that dictated the River Niger. These are history they tell you to believe. Somebody will stand up and tell you something that you must believe this one. And we are here changing the narratives of yesterday. Simple and short. Monica Okonkwo, thank you for joining. Then Ike Mekon, thank you. Chidera Christian, thank you, love you. Then Chukwu Onyeka, thank you, lovers of Biafra. Then Lord Ego Yibo, from our lives to our ways of life and our names, Biafra are truly the children of God. Our being is a walking, living scripture. Our tradition are biblical. Ada in the Bible is Ada in Israel. This is our history. And I want to send the link. Let me know if I can send the link to anybody that would like to enter. Let us begin to keep Biafrans awake until we will be going to France, because PM is coming to France. PM is coming to France. Now, then we continue. Let us go there.
Our people were already living in this land, running from Gambia to Congo, and it is known as Hebrew West Africa. Now, having said that, the Hebrew people who live here as a tribe, all of the 10 sons who lived here had a portion where they lived. They had their portions where they lived. Each and every one of them living at different portions. 2, the children of Chikobu, the one they told you is Jacob, are 12 in number.
The children of Chikobu, the one they told you, Jacob. No, we put brain here. How does this name sound to you? Does this name sound positive to you, or does it sound negative to you? The children of Chikobu. Does it sound positive or negative to you? Reasonable or non-reasonable? With your own brain, you go on with the. These are the things we have come because if these Pentecostal churches can work with all these Christians, all of us we've been born inside Christianity, baptized and confirmed inside Christianity. But our job is to ask a different kind of critical questions. These critical questions is what we are asking. Chikobo, knowing very, very well that the language, the very first language in this world is the Igbo language. And if you check surrounding Nigeria, surrounding Africa, you will find out assorted language. And they said, they asked a question. This guy now is a scholar. He said he asked a question. If the world has been speaking one language before Tower of David and Tower of Babylon, people begin to speak in different language. Which language are they speaking? Before that time, you will see Bini, you will see Yoruba, you will see Hausa, you will see Efik, you will see Ivorian, you will see different kind of language. what was the original language, that number one language they have been speaking in this world that time. They hide the history. And then now, if you go back to the history of this one now, it says Jacob, and the J does not exist when Jacob was in existence. When this one they call Jacob, J does not exist. And he asked, where did they get that J and the place in that place? And the original name was Chikobo. We continue. Ndobisi, I saw Urunwa, I saw Urunwa in this place. Urunwa, welcome. CC21, 121, I greet you. Chidera, I greet you. Everybody that is here, I greet you all. Mystic Cosmos, I greet you. Then we continue. Come with your pen and paper, and here we worship. We declare this message.
And those 12 of them, it was only 10 that were recorded who lived in this land, the land you call Biafraland, or the land you now know as Southern Nigeria.
You know, attacks used to go on.
Having said that also,
yes, we continue.
Their siblings, the descendants,
Godwin Igwe,
known as the children of Abiama,
John Dean,
we are also living around them. Because I'm getting to somewhere, I want you to understand the difference between being a descendant of Abiama and the children of Israel, the one you know as Chikobo. I want you to get that clearly first before I dive into Idu. Now, Chikobo gave birth to 12 children. His first son is Enyeri Ben-Naya. Enyeri Ben-Naya is the first son. The one they told you is Reuben, Ibe. The second son's name is Chimnanu Ekpere. The one they said is Shimon. The third son's name is Eloah, which they told you is Levi. And it happens to be the priest.
Eloah, the real meaning of Eloah, that Levi is Eloah. Just ask yourself, how does it sound in your own ear? Does it sound reasonable or not? Eloah, knowing that the Igbo land is number one. Igbo land is number one. Levites, they change it to Eloah. If another person is not saying what provoked us, we will say that maybe we are crazy. When we came here and begin to tell people that the Bible has been manipulated, some people call us a lot of names, but a lot of mad people, just like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has come out. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu say, people call us mad. That now Simon Ekpa have joined, that there are a lot of mad people everywhere. Now, not only him that is mad. Scholars in history are now telling you the things by their own names. Okay? Chiboy John, greetings. Yes, thank you. Why we are doing what we are doing, we are debunking the mental manipulation they used all these pastors that is not speaking about Biafra today to do in our lives. All those pastors that is telling you that when you pay tithe, you go to heaven. We are debunking them, and we are not even having mercy on them. They said in the book of Revelation, here now you will see the real meaning of Revelation. You will hear how they say it, but this message is very, very long. Very, very long. It is 12 hours message. We will do the one we will do. Next Sunday, if we have time, we will come again. But our job is to keep on preaching the gospel of Biafra, keeping the brain of Biafrans alight until the day Biafra will be declared. Are you getting it? So, we are doing it. This is the truth I have never heard in this world. Boy, do you know why this kind of message, when we bring it, we will push it to the public, you will listen to it. So when we come here and begin to talk, we begin to analyze, you will know the area we are going. You understand? Then, if you doubt it, you will see Lumumba, Patrick Lumumba. He is telling you exactly how it happened here in this place. We continue.
I was the one that was given the right to stand in the sanctuary to speak the truth in righteousness. The fourth son's name is Ehioda. The one they told you is Judah.
Ehioda, Judah.
The sixth son's name is Iduani.
Iduani. Iduani is the sixth son of Jacob, which is Jacob. And everybody knows when this problem of Idu came in this Biafran struggle, when our prime minister is the Nnamdi Kanu spiritual son. We know when this thing caused a very big problem in this Biafran struggle. But today, even that time, our prime minister said, Idu or Biafra can never be a problem. The main thing we have to focus on is to make sure we get Biafra first, because our neighbors are Zotana. We continue.
I want you to write it down. Iduani and not Dan. His name is Iduani and not Dan. What you have in your Bible is Dan. There is nobody whose name is Dan. His name is Iduani. Chineduai. Iduai means Chineduai. Are you with me? Are you guys following me? I hope my voice is audible. Okay. His name is Iduai. And it happens that Iduai was supposed to be the army general that is supposed to defend the land and the people. While they were living in the land, though they met some people who crisscrossed the space. Those people are the people they told you their names are, they are called the Guineans. The people they call the Guineans today actually lived in the land dispersely from Equatorial Guinea to Guinea-Bissau and Guinea-Conakry. These were the people who actually lived in the land. And these were those people you call the Eskimos. Those people you call Wanchi. Some of you who are Igbos, they call them Wanchi. They are the Eskimos. So when our people came down here, they discovered that those people were flesh eaters. They were cannibals. They were living a very useless and inefficient life. And our people, the Hebrews, began to gradually fix the entire environment. Iduai occupied the land today you call Côte d'Ivoire. Chimnono occupied the land today you call Sierra Leone. Ochia, the one you know as Ashan, occupied the land today you know as Ghana, Ashanti. Ehioda, the one you know as Judah, occupied the land you know as Ouida, Benin Republic. Then Idu himself, who came in as a leader to fight and to defend the land, was raised as a general to stay in the land you now call Igodomigodo. The land you call Igodomigodo have been transformed or have experienced about 4 different stages of interference. First of all, the land was called after the name of my own forefather. After the name of my own forefather. And who is that? His name is Eloah. But Eloah gave birth to his first son. And his first son's name is Leibenu. Leibenu. Leibenu is somebody's name. Leibenu is actually the name of my own descent. He is the first son of the first son of Eloah. Eloah is the third son of Chikobu, the one they told is Jacob. And
so, Mystic says, this is the new age. More information is about to come out. We should also grab our minds against misinformation. That is good. We are the original people, and that is what they are trying to hide from us. Are you understanding? If you go to Port Harcourt, River State, you will see villages that is called Umuchuku. They change it. Then there is a village I called Umuokoro. They change it and they call it Rumukoro. Are you getting it? But today we have come to bring out the information. The one I have been saying long time ago, some people who know higher has come to say, this man, Emeto Chai, has come to say, people who know more than him is also coming. That is why Mystic says a lot of people is coming and they promising Biafrans that we are getting in touch with them. Please, if you have not shared, please make sure you share. Because of this program, I don't even have time even to share. Lord Lego Ibo, Maz 555. J is Y, J is Y, and in Hebrew, and Jacob is Yakob. Jacob, okay, Jacob, because he came out first from his mother's womb, and the one that will be blessed, and not Jacob. Period. Okay, but it have something to do with Igbo. This man speaks not spiritually. No problem. You have your own right to make any argument of your own choice. But what I know, when archaeologists are doing something, they used to call all the astronomers, the archaeologists, the founders. Everybody will give his own opinion. But one thing is sure, Igbo people are the first of this very earth. At least, Lord Lego Igbo, you cannot debunk that one. If you cannot debunk that one, then I want to then go back to Patrick Lumumba. We go to Lumumba, then you will hear more things now. My computer na today since it started.
To say, Ndibo ekenemunu. To say, Ndibo ekenemunu. To say, Ndibo ekenemunu. And now that I've saluted the Igbos who are present in this assembly, let us remind ourselves why it is that we are celebrating culture. You know, There is a great and immortal Kiswahili saying that he or she who does not recognize his or her culture will be eternally a slave. And we are here, therefore, to remind ourselves that the time has come for Africa and Africans to demand of the world that we can no longer afford the misfortune of communing with other civilizations as if we are children of a lesser God. We have come here to tell ourselves that we can no longer apologize for our condition. We have come here to remind ourselves that we can no longer be nostalgic of the past without projecting into the future. We have come here in order to celebrate the future as informed by the past. And that is why the face of Okija is the re-energization of our resolve and the recognition that we must side forward in the recognition that Africa is the cradle of humanity. Times without number, those who are in the business of revising history have attempted to deny that fact, but is now recognized beyond peradventure that humanity and civilization started here. When Europe was still dwelling in the caves, there were organized kingdoms in this part of the world. When Europe did not know what astronomy was, the Dogon were speaking to the civilizations of the world. Africa is the cradle of civilization, and Africa is where we must be. But you know, our civilization was rudely interrupted. It was a rude interruption that saw some of our men and women being spirited away into other parts of the world. If Europe is what it is because of Africans. If America is what it is because of Africans. If Latin America is what it is because of Africans. If the Greeks are great philosophers, it's because the great philosophers were in the land of the Dudua. If the Jews have the gift of prophecy, it was because of the Igbo of Africa. And I dare say, I hear the Igbos say that they came from Israel. No, it is the Israelites that moved away from Igbo land into Israel. I hear the Igbos say that they worship like the Jews. No, it is the Jews that worship like the Igbo. And I say this not only and not to romanticize our culture and our tradition, but to remind us that for a long time we have judged ourselves too harshly, that the time has now come that we must recognize ourselves for who we are. You know, I told you that our civilization was interrupted, but even when it was interrupted, we were always alive to the fact that we must regain our self-esteem. And indeed, we regained our self-esteem. And today, as I speak to you, Africa has 55 artificial boundaries. And today, as I speak to you, Africa has 55 artificial boundaries. And today, as I speak to you, Africa has 55 artificial boundaries.
Today, Africa has 55 artificial boundaries. And you know why I play it here? Why I play it here? You know, they say that a prophet is nothing in his own town. And Dibiolo Adaganya. Lumumba is from Kenya. You understand? And Nigeria used to invite him to come and lecture them on things happening in their own land. Then Nigeria, Igbo people are the people that invite him to come and they tell them what is happening, their origin, their history. But our brother here is here also telling our people, Igbo people, the real name, all the names in the Bible, how it has been mentioned in the Bible wrongly. And Africa has 55 artificial boundary. And this our brother here said, he is here now telling you how the children of Chikobo, the children of Jacob, and our brother, there's something here. They are his own children, you know. Yes, I am not debunking it. Get the guy. So I am not debunking it. Chikobo. It's not Jacob. Okay, you can disagree or you can agree. There is no problem in that. But what we are doing is, long time ago, these pastors has been deceiving people with the fake information. That is what we are doing. And some people have stood up now telling you what they know concerning the real research. The people that has the power or that had that opportunity to enter inside ancient library, they are bringing it out. This man is not just telling you, he is telling you what he found at inside book, and he is a formal pastor. We continue.
Thing, people who live together to protect their state until they began to build a city-state in the environment. Now, the establishment of that state did not take place until the walls were built. The walls that surrounded the small enclave where we call Benin was built. And it was not more than 100 hectares. It was not more than 100 hectares of land. It's just a place where the priests and the leaders sit in council to rule the land. But when the people grew in stature and they grew in strength, they began to move into the entire environment, spanning from Asaba all the way to Zamfara, ruling the environment all the way to Benin Republic. Some of you have not asked, why do we have Benin Republic? I will have Benin in this place. It is the same people. Our forefathers owned the space.
Africa has 55 artificial boundaries. We have come here today to dramatize the artificiality of those boundaries. We have come here today to dramatize the artificiality of those boundaries.
Are you getting what we are doing? What we are doing here, eh? When you go to church, a pastor will take you from the book of James. Then he will take you to the book of Revelation. He will turn back and bring you to the book of Exodus. Then he will go to Genesis. He will then come to Matthew, turning your brain upside down. You see, the guy now is telling you, at least you know Benin Republic, and you know Benin, and you know Guinea Conakry, and you know Guinea Bissau, and you know Guinea Equatoria. One people. And Lumumba in this place is telling you that Africa,
Self-esteem. And indeed, we regained our self-esteem. And today, as I speak to you, Africa has 55 artificial boundaries. Indeed, we regained our self.
Africa has artificial boundaries, 55 artificial boundaries. You have Guinea-Bissau, you have Guinea Equatoria, you have Guinea Conakry, you have Guinea-Bissau, Guinea Equatorial Guinea, all but one people. All one people. They divided. And what are we doing? There has been a time when this planet was one. You don't have all this continent you used to have today. And the God himself said that he planted man in the center of the garden, where you found Edu, where you found Biafra, the Garden of Eden. And we've been preaching this thing long time here, and the people are not getting it. Lord Lego Yibo, what do you say? CC 121. Thank you for joining. Then Lord Lego Yibo, he may be a pastor, but God that I know doesn't want to know those pastors. However, Lord Lego Yibo. However, but one thing, everybody that is here, if you are doubting, how many type of Bible do you have in this life, in this world? How many Bible? Go to your Google, you will see assorted Bible with the different translations. And again, England has their own, that the one they introduced in Nigeria that is called King James Version, former King of England. Then they brought that one in Nigeria, and from there, they seize up your brain not to understand what is going on. They manipulated our own history, and we know this very, very well. When you read the history of the Mona Lisa, when you read the history of La Sagrada de Familia, when you understand the history of all the monarchs, ancient monarchs in this life, then you can put 1 and 1 to be 2. Yes, the planet was one. Lord Lego Yibo. And the Lord Lego Yibo, where is the place where human being begin to germinate? They wrote, when we will be growing up, they say that it is in Israel, that the Garden of Eden is in Israel. Is it true today? It is not true today. Today it's not true. When we went to study with Biafra, with the Bible University of Israel, personally, I asked them question, where is the Garden of Eden being found? And the professors in that place, they answered that Garden of Eden is not found in Israel, neither in Jerusalem. But the book of my Bible story, when we've been growing up, they made us to understand that the Garden of Eden was in Israel. Today, we've been finding out the histories, the truth ourselves. Then please, whenever our PM is live in France, somebody should alert us. But it is Biafran time, 6 o'clock Biafran time. European time is 7 o'clock. We have 1 hour to that. Then that is it. We continue. Because if you will go on here, you will hear, because of time, and I'm very, very sure that we will not reach there. You will hear when this guy explains the full meaning of Isochi. Isochi is an abbreviation, and nobody is asking the meaning of Isochi. Isochi, Isuochi, Isochi. Nobody, it doesn't mean anything. But in this place, he explained the full meaning and the full pronunciation of Isochi. And as he explained it, it made more sense to us. And the king of Isochi said that things being found out in Isochi, when the white men come to dig the ground, what they found out in Isochi is older than the one that they been found in Eri. And the full meaning of Isochi is Isochiaka. And he gave biblical meaning to it. And if you attach yourself with the teaching of the astronomers, with the teaching of the geography, with the teaching of the every kind of founders in this world, then you will know how they analyze things. The history of this pyramid in this place, this pyramid you see here. Let me bring it out. This pyramid you see in this place, this Nsugbe pyramid, nobody is telling you concerning that pyramid, how it been formed. But this pyramid existed, one of the oldest pyramid in the history of life before Egypt. And this Star of David, originally, it was found in Biafran land. This Star of David that made America great as they are today. The power that come from Biafran land. That is the reason that George Washington took this Star of David and they modernized America, and America become world number one today. Then, if you are doubting, you go and read the book that is called The Lost Symbol. When you read The Lost Symbol, then you will see it there where it is written. And our people is coming out now telling us those histories they robbed us from. They are bringing them out. So we continue. Okay, they say we should continue. Then we continue from
all the way to what you call Badagry, before they now meet the kingdom of Judah, what they call the kingdom of Judah. That person you call Judah is not his name. His name is Ihioda. When he was born, his mother said, now I will dance, I will shake my bum bum, I will do everything to praise the Most High. So when they tell you that Judah means praise, his name is not Judah. His name is Ihioda. So sing and dance and shake your body because the Most High has given you another male child. Agama Hirochimuda. The Urugu man calls it Ihe. You know, is that true? My co-host, I hope that is true.
Yes.
That's correct.
That's correct, sir.
You call it Ihe?
Yes.
You call it Ihe, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the word is Ihe, Ihioda.
Ihe or Eha, either of the two dialects.
I have to dance, to shake your bum bum, to sing and shake all your bodies because you are joyful, right? Right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, having said that, Idu began, like I said, as a small state. Little by little, it expanded. And little by little, the trade began to expand. And meanwhile, every other tribe living in the land, from top to bottom, we are coming from all walks of life to come and do business in the kingdom. And what business were they doing in the kingdom? It was the business of palm oil, which was championed by the Urobo people, which gave them the name Urobo, and a worship center anchored by the descendants of Eloah through the man they call, like I said, Levinu. So it became a place where they go in and come out. It is called Ijepota. Even the JJ Apota. You go in and come out. I want you to take note of that word. A place where you go in and come out. Because the other place they told you is where they go in and come out. It was forged. That one was
Ijepota. You know, there are names when they mention the name, they say Ijepota, and this Ijepota happens to become Egypt. They change it in the Bible. I don't know if any other person have another name given to Egypt. Egypt, they read it in any place, they call it Egypt. But in Igbo original one, and what we know about Egypt is people used to go there to buy and they come out. Ijepota, and Ijepota is the Egypt. Ije Epota. Lolego Yibo, you say Judah is Judah. Okay, no problem. No problem. So we continue.
The original place people come and go is actually Ilebinu.
Ilebinu.
It's actually Ilebinu. That's where people come and go. I don't want to spill the word right now. If I spill the word, I'm going to go sharp. It's actually Ilebinu that people come and go. So with this, the enclave began to attract people from all walks of life. And prior to this time, our forefathers have lived in that land for exactly 1,000 years from when they came in. In that 1,000 years, their fame have gone everywhere, all the way to ancient Kemet. Their fame has gone wide. People were coming by their boats. People were coming from all walks of life to come and do business in that place. They come to buy cowries, they come to buy elephant tusk, they come to buy palm oil, they come to buy the gold that they bring from Zamfara back to the land. They come to buy so many things within the environment. They come to buy wood, timbers. They also come to buy herbs for healing. So when they discovered that this place was very rich and that the people here were being protected greatly, the people here were being protected greatly, they began to scheme. A conspiracy was born. A conspiracy was born. When my sister said that we lost Idu because we were not united, it's not 100% true. We lost Idu because our forefathers accepted every Dick and Harry that comes into the environment with all manner of nonsense, witchcraft, voodoo, wickedness, Azeh, and each and every one of them coming in from the Ashanti kingdom, coming in from the Twi kingdom, coming in from the Akan kingdom, and coming in from the Kwa people. From the Kwa people. Do you know who they call the Kwa people? Do anyone of you know who is Kwa?
Who are the Kwa people?
The Kwa people are those people who have refused to divulge their identity to you. And who are they? The Yoruba people. They are not Yoruba. They are not Yoruba. The word is Yariba. Yariba means a people that cannot be trusted. But that is not actually their name. Their name is Kwa. The Kwa people are direct flesh and blood to the Ashanti people, to the Twi people of Burkina Faso, to the Ashanti of Ghana, and to the Akan of Ghana. That is their brothers. The so-called Yorubas, as you know them, are actually siblings of the Ashanti, of the Twi, of the Akan people of Ghana.
Yes, I have to answer our big mama, Lolego Ibo. It is necessary, you said, I hope our Onyendu will come out soon to debunk this man. Mazen Namdekano is very spiritual man. He knows the truth. Now, when Mazen Namdekano was here, that was the time the history of Igodomigodo came out. Mazen Namdekano was asking anybody that knows the history of Igodomigodo, which is Idu, should come out and tell the history, because we know growing up as children, the history of Idu. Then Idu and the Oba, we know this history growing up as a storytelling. That time, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have been fighting that the capital of Biafra will be in Obigbo, which is being translated as the heart of Igbo people. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu say Obigbo will be the capital before the Igodomigodo history, which is Idu, came up. Idu is the father of Igodomigodo. And they are explaining it in this place. Then Mazen Nnamdi Kanu then says, people who know the history should come out. Then the history come out, then they says that Igodomigodo is the key. That is how that word was formed. Igodomigodo is the key that opens the key. That Nigeria is not working today is the downfall of Igodomigodo kingdom. That the Igbo people is suffering today is the downfall of Igodomigodo kingdom. That nothing is happening in Nigeria and in Africa is the downfall of the history you are hearing today. But Igodomigodo is the small key. Then where is the major key? When we found the major key, which is the Ebube today, we send message to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that the thing he is looking for is not Igodomigodo is the key, but the capital of Biafra is not in Igodomigodo. The capital of Biafra is in Ebube. When we send the message, people who have been following us in this message, in this program for a long time ago, knows what we are talking about. Before the message get to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, he has been renditioned. And the person that delayed the message was Master Prophet. Copy this area, send it to him. We have evidences when the message was sent to him that what he is looking for up is down. Igodomigodo is the key, but the capital of Biafra that will energize the Biafran Liberation Army and every other protection Biafrans need is in that Ebube. And Ebube is found in Umunnochi local government, near Lokpanta, Lokbuku, Ihube, Okigwe, Isochi. The place you see they are fighting today. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu demanded that anybody who know the history should come. If we go on because of time, and I'm very sure that we will not go there, we will not reach here. But I think every Sunday, I will be touching here so that the messages will enter inside people. Even people who know more than this man, we are expecting they should come up. As at this morning, we've been sending messages to some of the lecturers to come to Twitter space and deliver the messages they know, physically or anonymously. And that is what we are doing. So, as you are saying, our sister Lolo Ego Yibo, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu demanded for this message, and we are delivering this message, hoping that the people, even this man himself said that he want to form a group where he can call all the anthropologians, all the scientists, all the geography people, all the people that knows anything concerning the planet Earth to come together. And you know that the Biafrans are the people leading in this kind of history all over the world. Only that they decided to be keeping it as by themselves. Today, we beg some people, come and give us the thing you know. Until they come, then we will tell you that this is the person we call today. So we continue. Okafor Peters, well done. Thank you. Malachi, thank you. Then, okay. Then we continue. Then we continue. A picture speaks more than 1,000 words. That is why you are seeing all this picture. Anything your mind transmitted to you, you hold it for now. Next time we will call people that will be explaining all these things to you, knowing that in the church, nobody will explain it to you. They will tell you God to do this thing and they throw it away, that we come from Israel and all these things. We are focusing on the right history. We continue.
And okay, let me also warn you, those of you who want to know your history 100%, please, anytime you are dealing with the issue of Idu, if anybody brings in the Yoruba history, turn your back and chase the person away, because the Kwa people did not come close to our kingdom until the 10th century. Are you with me? So anything anybody tells you that has to do with the Yoruba version of the kingdom of Idu, throw it away. It is an interpolated voodoo history. I will also tell you how this kingdom was scattered. It was still the conspiracy that got it scattered. Now, how did they scatter this kingdom? They didn't scatter the kingdom because we are disunited. No. They scattered the kingdom because our forefathers allowed voodoo into the system. And remember, I don't want to start preaching the gospel, because the one whom we look up to, Chukwuka Kabiyama, told our forefathers, he said, any day you turn your back against me and you go after the mighty ones which your forefathers know not, and you worship idols and evil spirits, he said, that day I will turn my back against you, and I will allow your enemies to come into your land. They will beat you, they will kill you, they will seize your property, they will eat the good of the land, and you will be there looking at them. They'll take all the good things and they'll go away. That's what he told our forefathers. There will be jobs, you will not have job, but your enemies will have job. That is
what is happening.
Number two, anybody that tells you that there is a word called Armageddon, there is no word as Armageddon. There is no word as Armageddon. The word which they interpolated and told you is Armageddon is simply Ama Megide Iduani. The conspiracy to undo our leaders. The conspiracy to undo, the conspiracy to remove, the conspiracy to destroy, the conspiracy to hang. They conspired. Who are these people that conspired? I will tell you. And look, I want to shock some of you who are Urubanisoko. In your land, Urubanisoko, the reason there is so much confusion is the fact that there are 3 to 4 different people living in that land. And none of them will want to tell you the truth about himself or herself. That is why it looks as if Urubanisoko land is the haven of confusion. The Ashanti people are in your land today. They live there with you. Urubanisoko, the Ashanti live there with you. The Kwa, the Yorubas, live there with you. The Twi live there with you. Even as I'm speaking now, some of you, Urubanisoko, one of your blood lineage may be an Ashanti. And this is why they raise an issue that everyone in that area should not accept who? The so-called Igbo. They give you all manner of nonsense to make you push your own self away from yourself.
Now we ask one small question. Armageddon and Amamegide. Sonny. Thank you. Armageddon and Amamegide. Which one made sense? Conspiracy against our people. Amamegide, Armageddon, and Amamegide. Which one made sense to you? And listen to this place. then you will know why we are joining this kind of thing today. Yeah, listen to it.
In my submission to you to say, and I now say that I've reached the stage in my submissions to you to say, Ndibo ekenemunu. And now that I've saluted the Igbos who are present in this assembly, let us remind ourselves why it is that we are celebrating culture. You know, there is a great and immortal Kiswahili saying that he or she who does not recognize his or her culture will be eternally a slave. And we are here, therefore, will be eternally a slave. He who does not recognize his or her culture will be eternally a slave. He who does not recognize his or her culture will be eternally a slave. Swahili saying that he or she who does not recognize his or her culture will be eternally a slave.
Amammegide idu. Amammegide idu Armageddon. This man, and everybody can bear us witness, yeah, within your own self, that I can't imagine that this man and this Lumumba and Metuchai know each other. Remember, they don't know each other. This man, Nigeria people invited him to come and speak for Igbo people. And he said the same thing, colluding in this place. Amammegide idu. Armageddon. They write Armageddon in the Bible. Yeah? Godwin Ezekiel, thank you. They write Armageddon in the Bible. But the original name is Amammegide. And he says, anybody that doesn't recognize his culture will be forever enslaved. And what is happening? That you will stay without a job. People from other land, from Niger, Chad, Mali, will come. Fulanis will come from Futajelon and overpower you. Ideology of Ahmadu Bello that says that Peter Mba will work for them. Soludo will work for them. Ohaneze Ndibo will work for them. Eastern governors will work for them on their own interest of conquest. Simple and short. So we will be cutting off because PM is now about to enter France. So as we are doing, our eyes is also on the ball. So are you?
If anyone tells you, like I said, that there is Armageddon, there is no Armageddon. Armageddon, the first Armageddon have taken place in our land. And where did the Armageddon happen? The Armageddon happened in the place you call Lebinu, Igodomigodo. Lebinu, Igodomigodo. That's where the Armageddon happened.
Lebinu.
Now the question is, how come there was an Armageddon and we don't know about it? When they brought back the word in the Bible to you and tell you that it is Armageddon, that is a lie. They could not pronounce the original word. They decided to write things that would deceive you and make you believe that most of these things happened somewhere far away from you. No, it all happened before you, in your own domain, in your enclave. The word, like I said, is Ama. The conspiracy, the words, the agreement against Idu, the agreement against Idu. Now I'm taking you to why the kingdom was scattered. Are you guys with me?
We're with you. We're with you.
Okay. I'm taking you to why the kingdom was scattered. who orchestrated the scattering of the kingdom? It is a man they call Oramia or Yon. They gave you some nasty, stupid, demonic versions of how Izua, the one you call Izodua, his original name is Izua Ekalahadan. Izua Ekalahadan. That Izua Ekalahadan sent Oramia. That is total nonsense. That is total nonsense. How can you send a foreigner back to your land to rule in your place? That must be a mad rubbish. That is the Lagos Ibadan Express Road journalism, brown envelope journalism. That is what.
Please let us remind you, onye njeje ka onye isi awụ. Europeans olden days used to believe that somebody is coming from the sky to save them also long time ago. And many of them used to believe in what we believe today in that territory, the zoo. Researchers begin to come out. But why did Europe made automatic U-turn in things concerning Bible? Now they believe, many of them believe in God, many doesn't believe. That one is not what we are talking about. But when the book called the Da Vinci Code was written, and when the book called the Lost Symbol, a lot of books was reviewed. Now they begin to ask themselves question. At least the book of Angels and Demons, when it was reviewed, all those books came out. Children then read this book and say, oh, everything you've been telling us is lie. And that was the time they begin to open up different museums. Today, the statue of Mona Lisa is the most expensive statue all over the world. A statue, when you go to Paris to look the statue of the Mona Lisa, in 1 second, just 1 second, you are paying like 60 euros just for 1 second, only to pass where the picture of Mona Lisa is. That was how Europe, their brain begin to change. Today, we are not telling you that what Emetochai says is 100% correct, but far as we have undergone, we found more than 85% truth in what he says. Just like when you take your own son, your daughter to make something like DNA test, they found out that this is your own son or your own daughter. They will give you 9.99999% showing that this is your own son. The scientists will remain one. They will say that one is only for them to hold it as a human being in order for them to justify themselves. No DNA test can give you 100%. They will give you 9.99999. That is how DNA test used to come. So, in what he is saying in this place and the places we have gone, we found more than 85% truth in what he says. So, we are trying to round up in order for us to go to France. Armageddon Mountain, Megide, you understand? We are going forward. Okay. Patrick, thank you for joining. Thank you, everybody that is joining. So we continue a little. Let us blow it a little here for you to know.
And we are here, therefore, to remind ourselves that the time has come for Africa and Africans to demand of the world that we can no longer afford the misfortune of communing with other civilizations as if we are children of a lesser God. We have come here to tell ourselves that we can no longer be children of a lesser God. As if we are children of a lesser God. As if we are children of a lesser God. And we are here, therefore, to remind ourselves that the time has come for Africa and Africans to demand of the world that we can no longer afford the misfortune of communing with other civilizations as if we are children of a lesser God.
And you know what he mean in that place? Inferiority complex. As if we are children of a lesser God. If we are into long-term analysis, the way the message is coming now, I will open up the secret of Malami, what Malami said concerning the detention of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and the Biafran struggle. Malami says that the God of the Fulanese is more stronger than the God of the Biafrans. And that is why they are trying to take away our land. And we also have practiced, endorsed, and embraced that the God of the Europeans is far better than our own God. The same tricks Europeans played us, that is the game Fulanese are playing to us, as if we are the children of a lesser God. And let us go to Emeto Chai.
What it does. Mungo Park discovered the River Niger. Vasco da Gama discovered Victoria Falls. That is what we hear. And that is what they taught the people. Until today, they are still carrying that version of nonsense all around. Now, back to what I was saying. The conspiracy was born out of the fact that amongst all the kingdoms in the entire Hebrew West Africa, it was the Idu kingdom that was so vast and so rich, overpopulated with people, strong men, intelligent people, where democracy was born. I'm coming.
So, as he is coming,
Democracy.
as he is coming, Ojebeke wrote something. The origin of all our problem is what Ojebeke right here now. Notable battlefield like a Waterloo of Napoleon. The Napoleon. Now, Napoleon, Leopardo, Napoleon, they are the people that brought this Bible and the way our people will be taught the Bible to. They are the people who tell them when they visited that place, they are the people with rich cultural heritage. They already know that killing is bad, that rape is bad, that stealing is bad. You have nothing new to tell them. They are highly intelligent and naturally educated. The only way you can tell them, deliver your information, is to tell them when they slap you from this year, turn the other side, that your sin will be forgiven. Begin to obey your father and your mother, that your days will be long on this very planet Earth. And they said they knew that the children of the other side obeys their father and their mother. Then what did they do? They first of all captured our fathers and our mother and instilled fear inside them. Go and read the manuscript of the Fulanese. Fulanese says that the way they are going to come and take the land of our fathers is by instilling fear inside them, by kidnapping them, by raping them, by causing all manner of fear inside them. Then they instill this fear in the life of our fathers and our mother then begin to teach our children to obey the master, the slave masters. Simple and short. And here, I think here we have to call it a day. We will call it a day. I think maybe turn on the notification button if you like what we are doing. And if you don't like what we are doing, tell us why you don't like it. Then, Lord Lego Yibo, today is our day. Then, the war of Armageddon will be a war between good and evil in the hells of the place called Megiddo in the end time. Then, this is the same argument, Lolo Ego Yibo. This is the same thing. All we know is that there is a manipulation concerning our history. Now, Armageddon and Waterloo are notable locations. I mean, yes, these are things, yes, thank you, Lord Lego Yibo, because Biafran are life walking scriptures. Okay, Lord Lego Yibo. The Bible was corrupted. We are aware, but there is the original version. The original version is the one they hide to us. Our eyes is on the ball. Omiyi Francis. Then Biafrans, we are going to France in the next minute.
We have come here to tell ourselves that we can no longer apologize for our condition. We have come here to remind ourselves that we can no longer be nostalgic of the past without projecting into the future. We have come here in order to celebrate the future as informed by the past. And that is why the face of Okija is the re-energization of our resolve in the past. And that is why the face of Okija is the re-energization of our resolve. And that is why the face of Okija is the re-energization of our resolve and the recognition that we must side forward in the recognition that Africa is the cradle of humanity. Times without number, those who are in the business of revising history have attempted to deny that fact, but is now recognized beyond peradventure that humanity and civilization started here. When Europe was still dwelling in the caves, there were organized kingdoms in this part of the world. When Europe did not know what astronomy was, the Dogon were speaking to the civilizations of the world. Africa is the cradle of civilization, and Africa is where we must be. But you know, our civilization was rudely interrupted. It was a rude interruption that saw some of our men and women being spirited away into other parts of the world. If Europe is what it is because of Africans. If America is what it is because of Africans. If Latin America is what it is because of Africans. If the Greeks are great philosophers, it's because the great philosophers were in the land of the Dudua. If the Jews have the gift of prophecy, it was because of the Igbo, the Dudua. If the Jews have the gift of prophecy, it was because of the Igbo of Africa. And I dare say, I hear the Igbos say that they came from Israel. No, it is the Israelites that moved away from Igbo land into Israel. I hear the Igbos say that they worship like the Jews. No, it is the Jews that worship like the Igbo. And I say this not only and not to romanticize our culture and our tradition, but to remind us that for a long time we have judged ourselves too harshly, that the time has now come that we must recognize ourselves for who we are. You know, I told you that our civilization was interrupted, but even when it was interrupted, we were always alive to the fact that we must regain our self-esteem. And indeed, we regained our self-esteem. And today, as I speak to you, Africa has 55 artificial boundaries. We have come here today to dramatize the artificiality of those boundaries. Africa has 55 artificial boundaries. We have come here today to dramatize the artificiality of those boundaries.
So, Biafrans, that is it. That is what we have come. Next time, we will continue with this program as a series. Anytime you see this kind of pictures, you know that this is the program we want to do. Please, if you are new, if you have not subscribed to 555 Vision, please try to subscribe. Turn on the notification button and personalize it. So when we are here, you will be able to be notified that we are here and we are bringing this gospel to mankind. Yeah? Survival of the bravest. Yes, we are survival of the bravest. And one thing is this: there is a man they sacked in Nigerian Senate House. We have to use it to close our message today, because we have to turn on to France now. We turn on to France now, please, before we go against the law of the government. So you have heard that they sacked this man. And the reason they sacked this man is exactly what we are playing here today, our program today. But let us just leave it to roll. Make use of your brain, calculate it, then immediately this message finish, we will turn off and go to France. Thank you. We are here.
For myself, government, and you can quote me on that, is now run by kakistocrats. And that's very, very dangerous.
Explain.
Kakistocrats? I have it here. You can check the definition. It's a government run by worst, least qualified, and most unscrupulous citizens. I'm not the first one that says.
Right.
Government is populated by kakistocrats and kleptocrats.
Right, okay. Kleptocrats.
Yes.
People who are members of the kleptocracy.
Yeah.
Who are basically dipping their hands into the till
to make
all the time.
Government for what they can make for themselves.
Okay.
People, it is about to go down. When I say this, I mean every single word that I utter. It is about to go down. If you have been joining Nigerian Spaces in the last week, in the last 2 weeks, then you know that anyone who owns a normal car, lives a normal life, should be worried, talk less of the politicians.
Government is populated by kakistocrats and kleptocrats.
Right, okay. Kleptocrats.
Yes.
People who are members of the kleptocracy.
Yeah.
Who are basically dipping their hands into the till.
Since the last 3 months we've been shouting, it appears the politicians pay no attention. But finally, Senator Ali Ndume, with Charles Anagolu on Arise TV, had the following interview. Senator Ali Ndume said that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu surrounds himself with kleptocrats. That means chiefs, people who put hands here and there, stop stuff in the agbada, chiefs, that he runs a government of kakistocracy. Bring out your dictionary. What is the meaning of kakistocracy? Say it here. What is the meaning of kleptocrat? Say it here. What does this tell us? It means that these people actually know that they are stealing from us. It means that these people actually know that this government is so detached from the people. He went further to say, when he calls their attention as to what happens within the government, they tell him this is the job of the opposition. And they even go further to tell him,
are you aware, and I sent the message out to them, are you aware that people are very angry out there? Are you doing something about it? And the response is that yes, we are aware it's the work of opposition. I say we are finished.
Okay, Biafrans, you know, a lot of things are happening, and the good thing is that you are paying attention, because onye iberibe amaro oge ekere nkwa ụkwa. A lot of problem is upon Nigeria. A lot of problem is upon Nigeria. So all this crashy they are talking in this place, let us just leave it here. And because of this thing, our PM gave this order. We are waiting for time. Immediately that time, we have to turn into France. So we turn into France. That is what I'm checking. So the reason of this autocracy is because our PM made it known to everyone. No, not this one. Not this one, please. Not this one. Let me bring it.
That come with the esteemed position you hold. It is with a heavy heart and deep concern that I pass this message on the current state of our beloved.
Try to understand why everybody is crying today. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu says he will destroy Nigeria with the truth. That behind this microphone, he will finish Nigeria. What is happening? All the things that happen in the spirit is what you are seeing in physical today. Please, if PM enter France, please let us know. Then, when all this thing, all Africa, everybody, you know that Biden is going down complete. Obama has accepted that Biden is not doing well to win Trump. And again, remember that Biafra is #1 in Trump campaign list. Are you understanding? So the reason Shengu stand like this and talk to Tinubu, and when he delivered this message nakedly, Tinubu have to sack him, and he is no more the leader of Channel Television. Listen to it with yourself.
Mr. President, Senator Bola Tinubu, it is to you tonight that I bring the burden and plight of our people too. I trust this message finds you in good health and high spirits as you continue to navigate the intricate responsibilities that come with the esteemed position you hold. It is with a heavy heart and deep concern that I pass this message on the current state of our beloved nation, Nigeria. In a time when the heartbeat of our nation is racing with fear and the very fabric of our society is tearing at the seams, we stand at a crossroads. President Tinubu, the nation calls for your undivided attention as you embark on a private visit to France. Our beloved Nigeria is grappling with unprecedented challenges that demand urgent and decisive action. Kidnapping and abductions are the order of the day. From Lagos to Kaduna, Taraba, and violent and criminal activities have pervaded our land Even in the heart of our nation's capital, the audacity of kidnappers has become a sinister reality, striking fear into the hearts of our people. Our citizens are living in constant fear, unsure of their safety and the safety of their loved ones. This is not the Nigeria we dreamed of, not the renewed hope that was promised. We applaud the gallantry of our security operatives, but indeed more work still needs to be done to keep the people safe. Efforts are being made, but it appears they are not far enough. What has become the strategies of state policing and community policing that's been talked about several years, and the huge white papers and advisory notes on how to tackle insecurity in Nigeria, where are they? President Tinubu, as a pro-democracy agitator, isn't it the right time to restructure Nigeria for it to work properly? Is the Nigeria you and your friends fought for, is it the Nigeria that you're talking about? The removal of subsidies has unleashed a tidal wave of economic downturn, leaving families struggling to make ends meet. Prices of commodities have gone through the roof. The biting effects are felt across the nation, and the loss of confidence in the government is palpable. This is not a time for complacency. It is a time for bold, unwavering leadership. Mr. President, I think it is about time to get the nation's eggheads in one room and find a lasting cure to our ailing economy. As you stand on foreign soil, Mr. President, remember the weight of your responsibility to the Nigerian people. Our citizens, including those who voted for you, are losing faith in the government. The implications of the loss of confidence are far-reaching. And as a leader, you cannot afford to look away. Investors are fleeing the nation like never before. Economic potential of Nigeria is being squandered, and the consequences will be felt for generations. We urge you, Mr. President, to take immediate measures to create an environment that attracts and retains investment. The clock is ticking, and our economic future is at stake. Mr.
So, lovely Biafrans, please let us go to France.